Hello everybody, I am back, and for today I'm going over my Halloween project that I completed on Halloween actually, and how long it took, what I did specifically, and how you can do it yourself if you want to, but modify it a little bit because I sometimes assume that some people don't have stilts like what I did. So I'm just going to go over this whole thing, the whole process of making it, what I did, where I went, and the aftermath and the chaos that ensued. Let's get into it. So first, what I did to start off was I actually went to a costume store, and this one actually happened to be going out of business, but that doesn't really have to be the case for you. But I just found a base. So the base of the cloak is basically just the thing that you're going to attach everything to extend it or give it depth. And then I actually just took a video of this once I have everything here. Actually, behind me, it was right there where I laid everything out and glued it. I just explained everything that I'm going to do, so I'm just going to let you watch that real quick. This is my update for the project of the costume that I'm doing. So right here, what we have is this the base of something. So I just bought a plain black cloak that has some texture, and then added on this stuff. So this kind of fabric-y, I don't really know what it is, but it's kind of see-through, but it hangs around really nice with the cloak, so I have that on both sides. And then it's kind of tattered at the bottom, so I actually went to a costume store to see if they had anything like a base, and this is what they had. And then the lady there is like, hey, tell me what you want to try and do, and I'll help you out. So she gave me an extra cloak, well actually two extra cloaks. One of them's over here, this one, and that one. So you're like, bro, why is that so short? Actually, it's because this is the bottom part of it. That is just a big tube, so I cut off as much as I needed to cover the stilts, and then some of it so I can tatter it on the bottom, kind of put some spikes on it like this right here. And then I'm gonna hot glue that on the inside of this cloak right here, so that extends it down. It kind of looks like one layer, except this is a little different material, so I'm gonna be cutting up this other cloak into strips and then gluing it along this 1, 2, and I have some mesh to cover all this stuff along with the hood and then the chains. So I'm just gonna get to work on that, and I'll show you the finished product once this is glued on, and you know, everything that I need to do. Yeah. And of course, that plan did change a little bit. I ended up not cutting up that third cloak that I got, and instead just got burlap, which looks a lot better in the later in the video. And well, then this next video is me once it's done, glued in. So I cut that, it was one big tube, but I cut it so it can roll out, and then it was a lot easier to glue on the inside. But I wouldn't glue it on the outside because it already has some tatters there, and I didn't want to redo that because, I mean, it was already done. So this next video is everything that happened after that. Okay, so I glued this onto that, so now this is just one continuous big line swoop. And actually what I've started to do here, as you can see, is started to kind of put in some, kind of tatter it and cut it so it's not just one big tube. So once I'm finished with that, then I'm gonna cut that up right there, that thing, and so then hot glue a bunch of strips of that to make this longer, because I still have about 3 inches that I can extend, and then that'll be it. So here we go. And then at that point, I was going to start adding the burlap that I bought. And the burlap is just this black stuff from this picture I'm going to show real quick. This black stuff right here that I'm holding, it's just really loosely woven but thick strands of black fabric just woven together. I bought about 3 yards of it and put it on the front and the back of this, so as you can see going down, right? And in this earlier phase, if you look at the sleeves, it was just the mesh. So from this earlier photo, when I just took it out for a test run after extending it down, you can see my feet and the black tube, and you can see the divider between the fabric, and you can also see my hands, right? I'm like, oh, okay, that's not too good. So then I spent the next 4 days or so cutting and gluing this burlap. So I just cut the burlap into long strips, as you can see on the bottom of this cloak. I just rounded the top, tapered it down until it was a point,
and then I just hot glued it on with a gun over there. And sure, it took some time, and it's pretty messy, so do it in a place where you can clean up pretty easy. So then I extended the sleeves down with some material from the secondary cloak that I got, so that hung down with the gray mesh, and that blended together really nice so you couldn't see my hands, and it kind of swung in the wind as I just walked with my arms normally, and then that looked really nice and natural. So the purpose of the burlap is to add volume to the cloak, to make it, instead of just one big tube, it kind of flows down, and to blend everything together. So to blend the top base with the extra extension at the bottom, so you can really just make it look like one big flowing robe. And it turned out to be really nice. So from this next couple videos, I'm going to show you. I'm kind of doing a test run right here. So walking over, you can see how the black extensions and the gray mesh on my hands go together really well. And then the cloak just looks a lot better because it doesn't have one defined line. It's more just strips, just hanging down and swaying as they do, and it looks pretty good. So then, as you know, just the ensuing carnage of scaring children, and I'll just let you enjoy that next part.
Then you must have been my pride.
I was not expecting that to move. Oh, nice. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
What's up, my dude?
Well, guys, that was my Halloween project. I hope you all liked it, and I hope that you could make your own if you want. If you are new to this channel, I would consider subscribing because I do many good things. And if you have already subscribed, good job. Anyway, that's it, and I will see you all in the next video.